Welcome to my current VALORANT meta version 2.0. Alright, so it's been about 6-7 days since I uploaded my last video, version 1.0 of the VALORANT meta. And I've gotten to play another like 100+ hours of the game and really put a lot of extra time into different heroes to really see how their abilities can affect a game. So I made a couple of changes to the list, and like I said in the first video, the list is going to be ever changing, ever evolving. Characters will go up and down in rank the more I really get to understand the game and really get a perfect understanding, and maybe when other maps come out, because I try to keep the list as broad as possible. I pick the best characters that fit a role to win the game as a team, right? So like the best characters to win the game, the team game, which is what VALORANT is. I don't make the list for solo queue characters that you can solo carry, because at the highest level, you know, it isn't about solo carrying. It's about how you and your team can take these 5 agents and their skills to win the game, to facilitate a round and game win. So with that being said, I'm going to try to keep these newer versions of the videos in the version 2, 3, 4, and in the future a little bit shorter than the first one. If you want to see the first video where I actually broke down every skill, I would say go check out version 1.0, and then if they release any new characters or have any actual nerfs or buffs, I'll speak about those in these videos. But for now, it was just I kind of wanted to redefine the list and really make some more fine-tuned adjustments after playing more. All right, with all that being said, let's get onto the list, and we're going to start with S. And the biggest difference in the list is how I bumped Sage up from A to S, in my opinion, because I got to play the champion a lot more these last 7 days, and I really got to see how powerful she was in stopping pushes. Before I mentioned, her heal is very powerful, and it is very powerful at getting early round wins that lead to 2 to 3 round wins and kind of snowball the start of the game. And her res is obviously powerful throughout the entire game, but her slow and her wall are so impactful on the defensive rounds to stop pushes and allow your team to rotate that she had to be a strong. She might be one of the strongest champs outside of team play in the game. So I had to bump her up from A to S. Obviously, Breach is still up there. He's still busted. He's still insane. Another big change is I had to bump Cypher up to A from B. And you might be wondering, well, why didn't you bump up Sova? Because they're both vision-based champions. Cypher is such a powerful champion on defense. He's the best defensive champion in the game. His skills currently, after taking him into the practice tool and really seeing where you can place his camera and the advantageous spots that you can literally cover an entire map or an entire like bomb site with him alone, it's nuts. He's still not a good offensive champion. He might be one of the worst offensive champions unless you get onto the site and really let him set up. But his defensive control outweighs his offensive shortcomings that he has to be. He's still one of the best champions in the game. Other than that, I moved Raze up from C to B, and that is because that champion is just so powerful right now. All of her skills are so strong and difficult to kind of evade. Her ultimate's usually a free kill in any game. Her nades are amazing zoning tools. Her satchel lets her get up to different places and really like position herself better. She just has great skills overall, and they're just overall very powerful skills. They're not so much good to facilitate a team environment, but she's just so strong as an offensive champion, and she has like some of the best offensive skills that she had to go up in the list. And the next change was that I took Jet out of C category and moved her down to the D category, and I moved Omen up to C. Honestly, I believe that Jet's one of the worst characters in the game. She has good skills like her updrift and stuff like that, but overall her skills don't really facilitate a team-based game. And you could say that Raze's skills don't really facilitate a team-based game, but her skills are so much more powerful than Jet's singularly, right? Jet has a dash, she has a jump up, she has a smoke that's kind of good but doesn't really last that long. So I honestly think that Jett in a team-based game might be one of the worst characters. Omen, on the other hand, after trying him out and really seeing how his smokes can really block off a lot of sight, and they have refresh time, and even his ult can cause disruption because it does cover up the map, right? Do I still think it's a battle? Yes. I don't think it's good. I still think that it needs to be better, but I still think that he's a better champ than Jett. And that's why I moved him up on the list, and I moved her down. But other than that, that is the big updates that I made to the list. Sage up to S, Cypher up to A, Rise up to B, Raze up to B, Omen up to C, and Jett down to D. This is a new updated list. I think this is going to be the go-to list for a while until I see some balance changes and maybe some buffs and nerfs to the champs. Let me know what you guys think about this list in the comment section below. All right, so like I said in the last video, I don't like to just pick the top 5 champions because they still actually are the same top 5. The list has just been switched around a little bit. I like to pick champions that have a specific role. So again, the team comp is going to be Breach, Sage, Brimstone as the foundation. I still think they're the most powerful champs of the game, and they need to be in every team comp. Breach's abilities that go all through every single wall in the game are insanely powerful. Sage, like I said earlier in this video, is probably the single best champion outside of team comp in the game. And Brimstone smokes and ult and mollies and stem packs, even though I think the stem packs are pretty bad, are just super strong on a team. My biggest change to the team comp is Cypher and Raze. Cypher, I think he is currently, even though he's not the best offensive champion, he's so strong defensively that he needs to be the Vision champ on the team. And his ult does have some pretty strong uses on offense too. So I think that he currently is the pick for your Vision-based champion. It's either between him and Sova, and I kind of have to bump it up to Cypher. And then for my offensive champion, I was picking Phoenix in the first team comp in version 1.0. But Raze is just such a strong singular champion or agent that I had to pick her because her skills can win in clutch situations. Like her ult can turn a game around, you know what I mean? More so than Phoenix's, you know, ult or his flashes or his walls or his mollies. Her skills can guarantee kills almost. So that's why I think that she might be or is the better offensive choice for the team comp. But like I said, please leave your comments about what you guys think. You know, where would you rank each of these champions? And don't forget to leave a like rating, maybe consider subscribing, and I'll see you in version 3.0 whenever that may be. If they do any buffs or nerfs, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.
Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me.